Platypus Industries has come out with a game that I would like to bring to your attention. Ratcatcher. This is a game for one player, age 12 and up, and should take about 30 to 45 minutes. The tale so far. The Kingdom of Brie has made a breakthrough of stunning proportions in the field of magical cheese. This new cheese seems to be able to do anything and everything, including attracting the attention of every rat from across the world. The kingdom is now suffering a rat plague infested from top to bottom with a ravenous horde of ill-tempered rodents, all hunting for the magic cheese. You are the Ratcatcher, the only person capable of dispelling the plague suffered by Brie and returning the realm to peace. You know the ways of the rats and must use all of your skills, bravery, and cunning in order to defeat them. But beware, the rats are beginning to change, and it is not for the better. So hurry. The objective is snatch the magical cheese, eliminate the rats. Easier said than done. During a player's turn, they will race to explore the randomly generated city, use their limited actions to outwit and outplay the vast rat horde. The players greatly outnumbered by the AI-controlled rat horde, so they will need to use all of their unique skills and traps to stand any chance of claiming victory. The AI has the numbers on its side, but it also has the nemesis rat. These great beasts are already imbued with the mass amounts of magical cheese. It has caused mutation and psychosis. The player must face these nemesis rats to put an end to the rodent invasion. The Kingdom of Brie. Cute, clever. So I am not a fan of rats at all. I was, however, last year getting more and more interested in solo play games when I saw this. So the idea of playing a game where I get to catch rats sort of appealed to me a little bit. Now, this was over 400% funded on Kickstarter. This was already fully funded by the time I found it, which was another reason it was easy for me to just jump right into it, because it was already, getting stretch goals opened up and was becoming a larger game than when it was first put on, right? That's what stretch goals do usually. They make it a larger game. Now, the setting for this game is, sort of, late medieval, early Renaissance, whatever kind of time period. It's a time period piece, so to speak, and it looks fun as hell. It looks like some sort of, early Renaissance mousetrap meets the Pied Piper kind of feel is definitely what I've gotten from this game so far. Now, the components are another thing that I thought they did a good job on. They didn't cheese out. All and no pun intended there. No, but seriously, they did. They seem to make some pretty good miniatures. Well, not miniatures. Sorry, scratch that. Didn't mean to get you excited. But like meeples and pieces that are really good. I mean, the character pieces, the art on the meeples really makes them stand out. I don't want to call them meeples; they're just wooden pieces, but with some great art printed. I believe it's like a sort of a silk screen printing or whatever done on it, and it's really, really great. Now that's another thing is the art, right? Let me just mention this. Now, the art to me is very well done. It is very thematic, and it has a feel Not overly so, but it definitely had a feel to me, sort of like Edward Gorey mixed with Bernie Wrightson. Was kind of the feel I get, looking at some of the artwork, some of the Nemesis rats, some of the way the characters are done. I get that feel, definitely, like the way Bernie Wrightson's zombies kind of looked, mixed in with some of Edward Gorey's kind of style a little bit. Yeah, that was really, really cool. Oh, another good component that I really liked was like the rat cage that you get to put the rat meeples in as you're capturing rats. Nice little touch. I really love little 3D things like that, whether it's a 3D environment on the board game or just some sort of 3D piece that's with the game, sort of like this. I'm such a sucker for things like that. I also enjoy, I wouldn't say I'm a sucker for it, but I also enjoy board games that are tile-based. I really enjoy the tile-based system. Kind of ramps up replayability in a sense, because every layout is going to be different. You're not going to be getting used to traveling any sort of patterns when you're dealing with a tile-based system. So I'm always happy to see that in a game. Now, I also like it when you take characters and you're doing something different, Sure, I'll sit down and play a dungeon crawl fantasy game that has your fighter and thief and wizard and cleric in it. Boom. Fine, I'm happy. But this has some very interesting characters in it that you don't wouldn't even think of. Okay, well, maybe one. So it has a Pied Piper character. You would think of something like that. But after that, there's like a rat catching nun in the game. Who would ever think to put a nun as a rat catcher in the game? And one of them, I think, is going to be the first one I want to try. Actually, it's a fumigator, just like toxic clouds of death gas being emitted by this little mad scientist looking kind of character. So very, very interesting, eye-catching characters that you haven't seen before. And as mentioned earlier, there are Nemesis rats, and these are the end boss. If this is a video game, think of that as the end boss is your Nemesis rats. And the wooden pieces for them are really cool. They kind of outdid themselves with it. Besides the rat meeples that they have, the Nemesis pieces are really, really nice. And the characters are very, very interesting too. And I got to check it out when I get the game. But if you get to choose who the Nemesis is, I think the first one I want to try is the Rat King. But those are my thoughts on why Ratcatcher is on my radar and why I think it's worth it to be on your radar. And here I am. I'm not trying to influence you. You know that. I just want to inform you. So please take this information, and if anything I said or any of the images you saw here you thought was interesting, go get more information for yourself and make up your own mind whether this is something that you think should be on your table and on your shelf. So that's Ratcatcher by Platypus Industries.